Welcome to MTDCNC TV channel. Now I'm here with Nick from M.A.Ford. We're going to be talking about tool life, and one thing with tool life is holding the tool. Now Nick, can you tell me about Rego-Fix?
Thanks, Mark. Part of our philosophy is to offer an integrated manufacturing solution. That's everything from the cutting tool, the tool holder, the tool path, the strategy, how we machine a part, and the work holding. And we were looking for a system to hold the tools because, as you know, the tool is only as good as the holder it's in. We looked at various systems, but we kind of very much liked the powRgrip system from Rego-Fix. It's been around for quite a little while, but it's certainly something which we got exposed to fairly recently. What we have here is we have a system, and it is a system. You know, it's not a standalone chuck. And as with most systems, you know, it comes with some kind of heating unit or some hydraulic unit to open the collet so you can, or open the chuck so you can get it in.
Yeah.
And the powRgrip system is no different. As you can see in front of me here, I have a selection of back end tapers. We have some BTs, we have some HSK. Also Capto is available. So the important thing to remember is with this system is that whatever is here, the back end, the taper, it doesn't matter. This system doesn't care what's here. It could be BT50, BT4, BT30, it could be anything, because the system relies on this groove which is in the top of the holder, and I'll explain what that does later. So with a lot of systems, if you have to change from BT50 to an HSK63, you have to change some kind of coupling in the unit to hold it while you heat it up or whatever you want to do with it. This system doesn't need any of that. What we basically have here is we have a very accurate 1 in 100 taper inside the holder, and then on the outside of the on the collet we have also a very accurate 1 in 100 taper. So the tool goes into the collet, and then the collet goes into the holder, and then we have a hydraulic press which basically forces that collet down to the depth. Now that collet is currently loose. We're going to do a little challenge here. see if you
Challenge
can do it.
Annika, is it, or challenge MTD?
Okay, so the collet goes in there, and I'm just going to give it a very light tap, and you've got to see if you can pull it out.
Right. No, that's not coming out. No.
No, okay. So obviously you can't pull that out. As you can see, the collet isn't fully in position yet, because you can see there's about a 6 to 7 millimeter gap there.
Yeah.
So this is where the hydraulic press comes in, because obviously this will then be inserted into the hydraulic clamping press, and that's where this groove at the top comes in, because that will sit inside the clamping press. It will sit on that groove, and then the press will then come down and force that collet down up to the shoulder.
Right.
Once that's in position, then that's fully clamped up. This particular holder here is the PG25 series. This is by far the most popular one we sell because it covers such a wide range of diameters.
Yeah.
So this will hold from 3 millimeters up to 20 millimeter shanks. The diameter at the front here is 44 millimeters, which is pretty good. Some of the normal, you know, roller lock type chucks can be quite big on the front, and if there's any access areas that, you know, then this is quite small. If it's still a bit too big, we can then go down to this system, which is the PG15. I'm sorry, the PG15. We're now down to 24 millimeters diameter here, and this will hold up to 10 millimeter diameter shanks. So there is a bit of a trade-off, but if you need to get those access areas, these are obviously come in different lengths, so
yep.
we can get longer versions of those. Or if you want to maintain with a PG25 at the back, we can then use an extension piece.
Yep.
Then we can powRgrip something into there. So then we have the diameter, and then we also have the reach. So that will then give us that flexibility to get to the deeper areas.
And for the belt and braces engineers out there, is there a system that you can offer which is 100% guaranteed non-pull-out?
We can. In our experience, the gripping force of powRgrip is certainly sufficient. But yes, you're quite right. There are customers who want absolute 100% guaranteed that they're not going to get any pull-out issues. So there's a range of collets there, and we'll go on to the other ones in a moment. But to answer your question, this is if you look inside there, Mark, there's an internal thread in there. So the collet's actually got a thread inside
Yeah.
the collet. Now that thread serves as a vehicle, for want of a better word, for this this insert. Now that insert there will take a standard tool. This is one of our 5-flute tools with a standard weld and shank on, so there's no special shank modifications, any grooves or anything like that. So that will basically sit on that weld and flat like that. Okay. We then take the secuRgrip collet. Again, tool goes into the collet.
Yeah.
And then we basically screw that in. So it just screws in. There's a backstop there, so we can adjust the length of it. So basically that now won't come out of there. So there's no way that can physically come out. So again, now the tool and the collet are assembled. We then take the holder. We put the collet into the holder, and then we do that clamping operation again.
Yep.
So that basically the hydraulic press will then clamp that tool, the collet and the tool into position. Now you'll notice on the tool where we did the pull-out test, which you failed miserably at, you'll notice that the tool actually has a thread on the top. There's a threaded area there, and if you notice on that one, which we just had a moment ago, there's no thread on that one. It's because this one is the secuRgrip version of the holder.
Okay.
So the secuRgrip version comes with a secuRgrip nut. So that nut will unscrew like that. So again, we have the thread on there. So we've got a situation here where that tool cannot come out of the collet.
Yep.
But when that's clamped into position, there is a risk that collet could pull out.
Yep.
Okay. That's where the secuRgrip nut comes in.
Okay.
So that will then fit over that, and then we'll basically screw that into position, and that will then keep the tension on the collet. So now it's clamped up, it can't actually release any tension. This spanner here, this is basically just for doing that, tightening that nut into position. So when that's all clamped up, there you have a guaranteed 100% non-pull-out system. Yep. And we have tested this, and we have pushed it hard. And
really? What sort of testing have you really?
Well, we've tried slotting 1D, and we just kept upping the data. We got to a point where it was just too much for the tool, and the tool broke, but it didn't pull out.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So for those engineers that really need that 100% guarantee, obviously that's the solution within the actual Rego-Fix portfolio here.
Yeah, it's there if a customer insists that he wants that absolute belt and braces 100% guaranteed non-pull out, then we do have a solution for that. And we will go the extra mile and break a tool just to prove it. And we did break a tool, and there was no movement from the tool at all.
So really, from an engineering point of view, the Rego-Fix, it gives the opportunity to actually save time, but also the tool life as well. I'm sure there's some examples that you've sold this system where obviously customers are spending a lot of money on tooling, but once they go through this system, it obviously reduces. Yeah,
I mean, the fact that it's extremely accurate. I mean, there's 3 microns run out, and the fact that the tool is running much truer. It's gripped very, very tightly, so there's no chance of the tool moving. We have numerous cases where the customer has implemented the system. They're using our tools, and just by switching from a heat shrink or some other system to powRgrip, running the same parameters on the same component they've always run on, they're finding 2-3 times the tool life. Yeah. Which you could argue is not good for us, but it's all part of the solution providing that we do.
Yeah.
And as a system, I mean, we have one customer, we've put it in there, and it was I think it was around about a £20,000 package of powRgrip, and the payback was 4 weeks.
Phenomenal.
So he was quite happy with that. So it is a system. It's not a standalone chuck. We talked about the secuRgrip, the non-pull out. Just to quickly go through some of the other collets. Covers most eventualities. This is the standard PG collet, just a plain collet. This is for holding just standard end mills like that. We can also put internal coolant drills in there because it's mechanically sealed at the back.
Right. Yep.
So we can pump coolant in through the back, so you can use your internal coolant drills. We also have what they call a CF collet. This is a coolant flush, and if you noticed on that one there, we've got a series of grooves which run down the length of the collet. So when we're actually running an end mill in there, we can pump the coolant through, and that will come directly down the side of the flutes. So if we're in deep pockets, you know, and there's lots of chips in the cutting zone, then obviously that coolant, that high pressure coolant can get those chips out of the way.
So to me, with this system, it's a non-foul system to help the tool life effectively.
Well, I mean, it's tool life. It's also anti-vibration because it has a natural dampening system. You've got the tool to the collet, then the collet to the tool holder. So there is some natural dampening going on there anyway. Some systems, you know, we have customers that have said to us that sometimes heat shrink can be a little bit too rigid, a little bit too stiff. But you know, we feel this is a solution because there's no heat involved. It's a mechanical process. The tool holders are guaranteed for 20,000 collet insertions, 20,000 collet extractions, and that wasn't a number that Rego-Fix decided on. The actual story from the people at Rego-Fix is they had it set up just to do this clamping, unclamping, clamping, unclamping, and they got to 20,000 and they said that's enough. Not because the tool holder gave way. They just got bored.
Yeah.
Because after 20,000, it's like, you know, what do we really have to keep? Because I mean, 20,000. I mean, the chances you're not going to clamp and unclamp that thing 20,000 times.
So to maybe some existing customers, but also potential customers, do you offer a demo of this if they're interested to see the capabilities?
We've got a fully working automatic unit up at the Leeds facility with all the tool holders and all the collets. We can clamp a tool up, we can put it on our machine there, we can run a 1D slot just to show how strong the tool is held. We've even had customers where we've got hold of a holder and a collet, we've put their tool in it, and then we've taken it to their facility, to their shop floor. We've pre-clamped it up for them and said, there you go, you know, run it. The problem we do have is we have demo kits which we can go and give customers demos, and what we normally do is we let them run it for about 2 to 3 weeks. But the problem is we've got quite a few people want it now, so we've got a bit of a queue accumulating. So so we can actually clamp one up and take it to the customer as well.
Okay, good stuff. Okay, well, thanks very much, Nick.
My pleasure.
Any engineers that may want a demonstration of Rego-Fix and you want to contact M.A.Ford, please use the details on the screen.